are some of the EPN partners that have partnered with you guys for the summer enrichment period?
Yeah, there are really so many. And I'll start naming some of our partners that are in particular the high ones, but there are so many I probably will leave out also that still are working with our families and our students, maybe even outside of our summer school, because I know some of our students are going to other camps that other organizations are putting on. But in particular, I mean, we'll start with the YMCA. They've been instrumental at many of our schools, staying at our schools. And then also at some of the YMCA Caldwell Centerpoint Y is great, because then some of our students from GLA in particular will leave GLA and be transported down there, and then they will pick it up from there. The YWCA is great. They're picking up the students and taking them to the different organizations and support that they have. Boys and Girls Club has been instrumental both in our schools, but also at their brick and mortar at the main campus and at Cedar Hall School, taking students that they may not have had before. And now that relationship is going to be developed with the Boys and Girls Club in more depth. Dream Center and Pottersville, working with their communities in particular as well. I think also United Way has been important with our K camps. Pottersville has a baby bullpup camp. That is so instrumental because we know that's happening at a young age with our pre-Ks. That's what that is. It's focusing on incoming kindergarten students. So they have 19 days to understand the kind of the support that's in the school, how to walk in the hallway, how to get a tray. If you've ever seen a 5-year-old carrying a tray for the first time, these students now have had 19 days of practice at that, and they know who their teachers are. They're going to see a familiar face when they come back to us in August. So that's just a few of them. I mean, there are so many other partners that are partners within the EPN grant that we're working with, but those are some that come to mind off the top of my head.
I wanted to go back to something that you mentioned before, a curriculum and just tying what the school is doing during the day and then that support staff in the evening, because we know that there are kids that come to school and go to after school programs or activities with different community hubs in our community. I know this past fall last year, there was a curriculum training workshop with our community partners. Has there been a follow-up to that since, or even just changes that you've seen since that curriculum training in how either partnerships are working or just stories that you've heard from community partners?
Yeah, it's always evolving. It's similar to almost summer school. Like, how do you continuously improve? Because if you stay status quo, we're not getting better. So we always want to get better, and with partnerships. And I think that, I mean, power in partnerships, right? That's why we're here.
Absolutely.
So how do we talk about our curriculum in different ways? We're not providing them every lesson. They're not the teachers in the room, but we're providing them with what the modules are for this time period. So they know, in particular, if they're reading a book about owls and learning about owl pellets and different things, some of them may be incorporating some STEAM activities that they're doing in the after school enrichment with researching what bone structures, where are owls from, what are the different types of owls, where do they live, what is their habitat, what do they eat. So they know, our community partners know in general what we're teaching, and with math and science the same way. So they have an understanding of, they don't have to teach the exact same thing. It was just done during the day, but they can add on to that and supplement and enrich it in a different way, and also be preventative. I'll go back to the owls. So if you're going to be reading stories about owls, they know this is upcoming. They can provide some books on owls weeks before. So then our students and their students that they're working with, they're prepared for the learning, right? They already have some concept of the topic that's going to be taught.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kim, if there's one thing just looking into the future that you're really excited about, whether that's within EVSC or just the work of EPN as a whole, what's one thing that you're just really looking forward to kind of develop?
Yeah, I think looking forward to developing and enriching and deepening our relationships that lead to trust, that lead to communication within the community, so the community sees us all together. Dr. Smith has said this many times, that a thriving school leads to a thriving a thriving public school leads to a thriving community, and a thriving community leads to a thriving school system. That is what EPN has done. It has allowed our community to thrive even more than it was, and our school system now is reaching the benefits of that, and our community is as well. So we're working together So I love to see the connectedness of EPN as it continues within that footprint, but also expanding beyond that footprint as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kim, for all the work that you do
Yep.
and for saying yes to being on video with us this week. And we'll see you guys in our next Power and Partnership.
Bye-bye.